Well, there we are. You got to see a time-lapse video of us doing some edging, weeding, and mulching. But it's noontime now on Friday. Just wrapped it up and sent a few pictures to the client. But it looks pretty good. And we will mow this lawn Monday morning or Tuesday morning. I'll get rid of the wheelbarrow marks across it. But all in all, came out very nice. Ended up cutting a couple dead branches off this juniper bush in the front, and I found a bunch of poison ivy. So I'm sure you saw me walking around with black gloves and pulling out the poison ivy vine, something that I try to get early in the year before it really starts growing. So that's all set, all edged, and I like to get in and get this mulch done before things really start growing. So the deer really hit some stuff here this year. We talk about things the deer are not supposed to eat. They eat some things more than they do others. So they ate some of the pachysandra right there. So you can see, I was talking about the deer eating things with Glenn, and this was a holly bush. And that little sticky thing over there, that was a holly bush as well. And they're absolutely gone. So I sprinkled a little bit of mulch there just to keep the weeds from growing, but we'll probably have to replace that. They don't usually eat holly, or if they do, they only nibble. As you can see, they were very hungry this year because there was nothing left of this holly. But everything is mulched. It all went well. Thanks to Glenn for his help. I very much appreciate it. We trimmed a few things off of this juniper here. There was a few dead branches, so we got rid of those. And there was one other unhealthy one that had broken off. We got rid of that. But this one on the bottom here, you can see that one. We actually left that one because it's an interest piece. So it's aesthetically pleasing. And then we did the lilacs in the front. So these lilacs, they are definitely due for a pruning. But we got most of the little suckers away from the trees. We've got some small ones there. These lilac are due for a heavy prune. So I didn't want to yank too much out just in case we end up doing a heavy prune and let some of the other stuff grow in. But there's that. This mulch job is done, and on to the next one. Now, one thing I will say that I've learned over the years doing mulch, really handy to do mulching out of the dump trailer. Because what I was able to do this morning was go to the yard and tell them, fill it up. And what I do is I just keep track of how much mulch we use on the property, and then I can bill them for it. But I don't have to go back to the yard now to refill the dump trailer. I can just go on to the next job. And after doing mulching for as many years as we've been doing it, I've got a pretty good feel for just how long it takes to mulch and just how much mulch we use on each property. And I also keep good notes. So we were talking about lists in our last 8 to 38 entrepreneur video. One of the lists I keep is how much mulch I use on each property. That way I can look back on last year and say, hey, last year we used 4 yards. This year they added another bed. We need to bring in 5. So things like that is where keeping your list is very important. So that's all for today, folks. Thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and please share.